Hi, I'm Michael Vardera here at the tasting rooms of American Estates Wines on the west side of Manhattan. And today we're considering how to pair sweet wines with seafood. Now, the first thing I should clarify here is what we mean by sweet wines. We don't actually mean sweet like dessert wines, because dessert wines like Sauterne or ice wine will be far too sweet to pair with most of your seafood dishes. No, instead what we're talking about are wines, white wines from warmer climates that produce riper fruit that end up with higher residual sugar in the bottle. And we've all seen this kind of thing before. Anyone who's sort of had a drawn lobster with a California Chardonnay, for example, has experienced a sweet wine with seafood dish. Since most Chardonnay from California is made leaving some residual sugar in the wine, it is essentially a sweet wine and seafood pairing. You see, not all seafood necessarily has to be paired with a dry Fino sherry, as we can tell with the lobster and California Chardonnay example. And what wine to use and how sweet a wine to use will be dictated by the sweetness or oiliness of the fish dish that we're pairing with. The sweet Chardonnay from California works with the drawn lobster because the lobster meat has a sort of sweetness of its own. A sweeter wine could not work for a dish like shucked oysters or a salty caviar, for example, because those two flavors would sort of clash. So what about seafood dishes beyond lobster that are still sweet? What would we pair with those? Something like scallops or shrimp or a sweeter kind of fish. Well, for those applications, I like to use expressions of Riesling, particularly ones from New Zealand or Australia, like this expression from Mount Difficulty's Roaring Meg. You see, Riesling is versatile enough to sort of accommodate the fish. It's also made in a variety of styles where you can get a Riesling that is sweet enough or oily enough to accommodate the sweetness or oiliness of a particular fish. Further, Riesling as a grape varietal offers its own flavor and mineral profile, which adds more complements to the dish and should satisfy even the most discriminating palate. We're pairing sweet wines with seafood here at the tasting rooms of American Estates Wines. I'm Michael Vardera, reminding you to please enjoy your wine.